talk. That's Dayton 24/7 now.
Good morning, I'm Nathan Edwards.
And I'm Alex King. Here's 3 quick stories to get your day started. Dave Chappelle and friends are returning to the cornfields of Yellow Springs. Tickets go on sale, tomorrow. The shows are July 3rd to the 6th. There we go.
You know what? This has been a staple comedy concert in Yellow Springs, and it brings some celebrities to town as well, and is out at the Weird Pavilion. It started during the pandemic, and it's been kind of cool.
Yeah, it would be really cool to go check this out sometime.
Tickets go fast, though.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Once they're up, they're gone. So, good luck. On your mark, get set, crawl. Now's your chance to register for your crawling baby for the DLM Diaper Derby on July 13th. The winner takes home a prize and the title of Diaper Derby Champion.
I will be avoiding this one.
Well, maybe future, Alex.
No baby fever, no baby fever.
No baby fever? I mean, these kids are so cute.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, we need a toddler run where they're just going destroy as much stuff as they can within a 5-minute span, because I have one at home that'd be perfect for that.
Sounds like a great idea. Maybe you need to organize it.
My house is already the testing grounds of destroying things, so yeah.
Registration is now open for Jam Foodie Tours in Dayton. The locally run walking tours take you to various downtown restaurants for samples of foods and drinks. Tours are planned for select Fridays and Saturdays in June and July.
Yeah, and you know what? This is great, too, especially if you're not familiar with the downtown Dayton food scene.
Yeah.
This gives you an opportunity to go around, test a bunch of different places, then eventually find maybe a good spot to settle down. And
definitely. I think this is something that I would probably want to be interested in doing.
Yeah, this is awesome because there are so many new restaurants, too, downtown. So
definitely.
Love to see it.
Go eat some good food. The 50th anniversary of the Dayton Air Show is just days away now, and it's expected to be a hot one.
Yes, it is. Meteorologist Nick Maruziak joins us live in Vandalia right now to share some tips to stay safe in the heat. Nick?
Well, already, Nathan and Alex, it is, 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's temperatures near 80 degrees. Dew points are in the 70s, and that's just at the weather sensor, maybe half mile in the airport itself. Now, show where we're gearing up. We're inside of 51 hours away from the air show kicking off on Saturday. So a lot of people are going to be cramming into this area, which means that we do have to worry about heat safety, including making sure you stay hydrated, finding a shady spot, or making sure that you don't overheat out here, because obviously there's a lot of blacktop. And with the blacktop itself, that can make it feel even hotter than just if it was on grass or if it was on, let's say, inside. So something we're going to be talking about the morning is not just how you can stay safe, but also how the pilots are going to stay safe, and talk about how weather is going to affect some of the pilots, especially the things like updrafts, downdrafts, side winds, as well as pressure. That's going to be a morning chock full of fun out here. But right now we're going to set things to Tim for a look at that forecast.
All right, now, as he was saying, those temperatures are pretty warm already, and we do have some advisories in place for the Miami Valley. So we do have an air quality alert for 2 of our counties down towards Hamilton, Lebanon, Springboro, Oxford, and the rest of the area, the entire Miami Valley. You can see under a heat advisory until 8 p.m. on Saturday. We are expecting those really, really warm conditions through the next several days. Saturday especially very warm. So again, those current temperatures right now, 78 in Dayton, 73 down towards Oxford, 76 as you head up north towards Sydney. So very mild conditions this morning, and the dew points are not any better. Those dew points very close to the actual temperatures. So you can see Dayton and Springboro, Xenia, all right around 70-degree dew points, 75-degree dew points as you head south down towards Middletown and Lebanon. So a warm and muggy start to the day. Take a look at traffic. Things looking nice out there right now. Accident at Garber Road and Old Salem Road, but otherwise, looking at these cams, things moving nicely this morning.
Many communities across the Miami Valley are opening cooling centers to help people get out of the intense heat. Here are some of the places you can go to around the area. Now, in Montgomery County, all of the Dayton's recreation centers will be open. You can go to the Greater Dayton location off of West 3rd Street, Luray on Glenarm Avenue, or Northwest on Princeton Drive. In Darke County, the Salvation Army off of South Plum Street will be open today. You can also go to the new Carlisle Library. That's located off of East Lake Avenue. There's tons of other options. We have a full list of those cooling centers in the area. Just go to our website, Dayton247now.com. This morning, a Dayton staple, the Legacy Pancake House, will reopen its doors in a brand new location.
Back in October, the original spot on Kiwi Street was devastated by fire. Melina Brown joins us now with how the restaurant is starting over again.
It was just 8 months ago when I reported on a fire that destroyed the Legacy Pancake House. But this morning, I have good news. The community rallied behind the owners, and now they're opening back up. The Legacy Pancake House is holding its grand opening this morning at 7 a.m., but they had a soft opening yesterday for folks to come and get a glimpse of the new location. They now have moved into the building of Holly's Home Cooking, which closed its doors back in February after 31 years. You can find them at 489 East Dixie Drive in West Carrollton, and I'm told this reopening feels like a huge reunion.
We actually are really excited to have our old customers coming back, excited to have some new customers coming back, but it's like our family coming back together again, family reunion.
About 3 years because of IFBs. Yep. You know, and well, that's the thing is,
Michelle Campos, who has worked with the Legacy Pancake House for years, just wants everyone to give them a try. She said it's just a new location, but the same faces, family, and kitchen. Again, the grand opening is at 7 a.m. this morning. You can find their full hours on their new Facebook page, but stay tuned because coming up in just 30 minutes, I'll share how they're using the fire to symbolize new growth.
A person was reportedly struck by a roller coaster at Kings Island last night. According to the amusement park, the guest entered a restricted area, fenced area of the Banshee roller coaster when he was believed to have been struck by the ride. The park's safety and first aid personnel immediately responded and contacted local EMS. The guest was taken to University of Cincinnati Medical Center. The Banshee will stay closed while local authorities and park personnel investigate what happened. Kings Island says in part, quote, Kings Island's focus continued to be the welfare of the guest and his family.
An update now to that shooting we brought you as breaking news yesterday. This Riverside woman is waking up behind bars this morning. 37-year-old Nicole Lee Hill was arrested and faces charges of aggravated assault. She is accused of shooting a man just before 4:30 yesterday on Old Troy Pike. Police say he was shot in the neck. We know he is unable to speak at this time, but is in stable condition. We're still working to learn if the suspect and victim had any kind of relationship. Police are investigating what led up to the shooting. Kettering celebrated Juneteenth yesterday. This is the third year the city has put on a Juneteenth event for the community.
Jenny Borick was there and explains more about the holiday.
Many people think when President Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 that slavery was over. But June 19th, 1865 marks a significant day that Kettering's Community Development Manager explains why.
One of the reasons that this date is so significant is because unlike today's age, when you can find out any news in seconds, it took 2 years plus for this last group of enslaved individuals to learn that they were free.
Kettering celebrated African American culture with live music. A reggae band and Christian hip-hop group performed, getting the crowd on their feet dancing. Vendors and food trucks were there for people to enjoy. Many of them were Black-owned. This is the second year that the event has been held at the Phrase. I was told that it's grown every year, and the city hopes that continues. Back to you.
Our time right now is 5:08. Don't forget you can get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
And your weather on the side of the screen all morning long, even during commercials.
Companies in Silicon Valley stepping up their staff screenings. The concerns from China coming up.
And Snapchat settling for $15 million. Discrimination they're accused of coming up.
You're watching Your Day.
Here's what I know. classroom.
On Dayton 24/7 Now.
Silicon Valley companies stepping up their security screenings of staff over concerns China could use potential new hires to steal company data. That's according to the Financial Times, citing U.S. officials who say Google and high-profile startups like OpenAI are going that route. The effort comes as U.S. officials warn of threats from Chinese espionage over the past 2 years. Now, earlier this year, FBI Director Christopher Wray went even further.
It's using that mass, those numbers, to give itself the ability to physically wreak havoc on our critical infrastructure at a time of its choosing. The PRC has made it clear that it considers every sector that makes our society run fair game.
Now, in March, prosecutors charged a former software engineer at Google with allegedly taking AI trade secrets while working with companies based in China. Some firms are creating strategies to help the vetting process.
Snapchat has agreed to pay $15 million to settle a lawsuit brought by California's Civil Rights Department. This comes after a more than 3-year investigation looking into claims of employment discrimination, equal pay violations, and sexual harassment and retaliation. Snapchat says it disagrees with the agency's claims, but decided to settle to avoid the court battle. Most of the money will go to employees who allegedly faced discrimination. The settlement covers women who worked for the company in California between 2014 and 2024.
All right, starting with a live shot in here of our Eco Plumber Sky Cam from Soin Medical Center. A nice morning out there, some stars in the shot and traffic moving along nicely, but very warm for, let's see, 5:14 in the morning, 78 degrees, and dew points right around 72, so quite humid out there, and wind's really not giving us much reprieve from this. Winds out of the south right now, only around 6 miles per hour, so live shot, radar and satellite showing not a whole lot happening there. So here's the futurecast. Clouds on and off throughout the day today. Now, very similar to the past couple of days. Copy and paste the forecast. It's going to be hot, it's going to be humid, and we'll have that chance for some pop-up showers and storms in the afternoon. Very isolated in nature, though. Now, as we head to the overnight hours and into tomorrow, much of the same, partly cloudy conditions, nice and clear to start the day, and then through the afternoon we will have another chance, especially to our north and east, for those pop-up showers and storms. Not expecting anything really in the way of severe thunderstorms, but if we do have a couple of stronger ones, the main threat would be some gusty winds with those. Now, as we head towards your Saturday morning, right around 8 a.m., nice clear conditions. Saturday looking very, very hot too. Temperatures climbing well into the upper 90s, and that humidity is going to jump those heat indices into the low 100s. A live look now at our traffic. Things looking nice out there. We have an accident at Garber Road and Old Salem Road, so things a little backed up there, so if you want to find an alternate route. And looking at 75, 70, and 675, things are moving smoothly. As of now, not a whole lot happening.
Today is our day of giving for Sinclair Care Summer Hunger Relief. Dayton 24/7 Now is partnering with Feeding America to help kids facing food insecurity during the summer months.
Now, when kids are fed, they're fueled to thrive, but many children rely on schools for their meals. So when class is out, it's tough to keep food on the table. Tej Joshi takes us around the area organizations right here in the Miami Valley that tackle this issue every day, and how your donation will help local families.
Right now, I'm walking through the aisles of the Food Bank, Inc., located just outside of downtown Dayton. This is a great local organization that supports so many people in our community who are, of course, hungry. If you take a look at some of the aisles here, you see they carry lots of shelf-stable food here to support so many people in the community. But here's what you need to know. During these summer months, the staff here told me they actually see an increase in child hunger in our area. I spoke with our team to learn more about why that happens and how you at home can help eliminate that.
We think about the increased cost of camp. We're still talking about the increases in the cost of food. And so all of that really adds up for families, and there's our unexpected expenses. You're buying extra food right now where previously maybe they had a free or reduced lunch program.
If you are able to donate or volunteer with the Food Bank, Inc., you can head to their website to learn more about the best ways to get involved. Of course, the Food Bank in Dayton isn't the only community resource for those who are food insecure here in the Miami Valley. I also stopped by Second Harvest in Springfield. They provide produce and shelf-stable products to folks in the multiple counties in our area. I spoke with their team about their recent renovations to their warehouse space that are expected to help them better serve the community. Tell me more just about that renovation and how that's going to help you continue to fulfill your organization's goals going forward.
Yes. So as you can see, it's a very large warehouse and around 90,000 square feet. Unfortunately, our floors were unstable and wavy, which made it difficult for our team to load trucks in the forklift. And we would have to it was a slow process. So helping have these floors fixed makes the team more efficient and productive, that they can get trucks loaded faster. We run direct distribution through our alley, so that will also help them get product to that team quicker so that they can serve more.
To learn more about the ways you can get food from Second Harvest, you can go to their website for schedules and program details. Back to you in the studio.
Here's that QR code for you one more time. Again, Dayton 24/7 Now is partnering with Feeding America for Sinclair Care's Summer Hunger Relief. Just take out your phone and scan it with your camera app to help provide meals for children and families right here in the Miami Valley.
Our time right now, 5:19, still to come.
It's been shown to help reduce the symptoms of Parkinson's disease. I'm Liz Bonus. We're going to show you a unique kind of fitness just ahead.
You're watching Your Day.
Take Dayton.
Internet. You should too. Call now.
All right, well, I am out here, of course, at the air show where we are highlighting the weather forecast for it, which really kind of a tale of, let's say, two different forecasts. So the first one, Saturday, it is going to be potentially the hottest day of this last stretch. We're talking about temperatures near upper 90s, maybe even nearing 100 degrees. And especially considering the tarmac, it may be locally, at least at the airport, warmer than, let's say, elsewhere, maybe a grassy field out in Darke County. So keep in mind that these temperatures are going to be quite hot and there is going to be sunshine. Now, Sunday, I don't want people to panic and think that, oh, we can't go out to the air show. But there is some risk of a shower or thunderstorm perhaps as soon as the afternoon, but this seems more like it could be an evening or overnight Sunday to Monday problem. So at the present point, we do have at least some chance of rain for that Sunday time period, but there is at least an opportunity that we get through the entirety of the air show without much in the way of any type of heavy-duty weather, and instead it's just hot and sunny for all the crowds and patrons.
All right, now a live look at traffic here. Looking pretty good. I-675 and US 35, you can see moving right along. Not a whole lot happening out there. 75 at Wagner Ford Road, but we do have one accident at Garber Road and Old Station Road. So if you do use that route, you might want to find an alternative, but otherwise the highway's looking good.
Ozempic is fueling the hunt for smaller clothes. The Wall Street Journal reports clothing sellers are finding that millions of slimmed-down Americans want to buy new clothes. The newly svelte aren't just restocking their wardrobes, many are also gravitating to more body-hugging shapes and risque designs, according to industry executives and shoppers. The downsizing is happening across all brands and types of garments. Well, the FDA-approved Merck's vaccine is designed to protect adults from bacteria that can cause pneumonia and serious infections. An advisory panel to the CDC will meet on June 27th to discuss who should be eligible for the shot, which is called Capvaxive. And the majority of the country is feeling the heat as extreme temps sweep the country. Several groups ranging from health and environmental filed a petition to urge FEMA to recognize extreme heat as a major disaster. That way, FEMA would unlock disaster relief funds that can go to temporary cooling centers and air filtration systems. In response to the petition, FEMA said it needs to further study it. From the NASDAQ market site, I'm Jane King. Here's your health.
It's getting really hot outside, and you'll want to make sure you're protecting your phone. Leaving your phone in direct sunlight or in your car can cause it to overheat. So there's some tips to keep it cool and working during a heat wave. Many smartphones like iPhones and Androids will tell you when you're too hot to stay on. And if that happens, move your phone to a cooler environment in the shade and remove your phone case, as that can trap heat. You can also wrap a freezer pack or bag of frozen vegetables in a dish towel and set your phone on top of that. Experts advise you not put your phone in the fridge.
People who participate in fitness, even when it's tough to move, may find it benefits body and soul. Medical reporter Liz Bonus explains how.
Hey there, everybody. Physical activity has been shown to improve the symptoms of many neurological conditions, including Parkinson's disease.
That's one of the reasons Joe Schweitzer says he participates in this chair yoga class, but there's a few others too.
The casual atmosphere, the camaraderie.
Here at Ohio's Parkinson Community Fitness, the program targets the specific needs of a movement disorder.
They all have Parkinson's disease or Parkinsonism. Some may have dementia, Alzheimer's disease.
That means stretching to fight rigidity, a focus on coordination for one-sided symptoms, breathing for voice improvement, even handiwork for handwriting challenges.
It's honestly for any fitness level. And what's great about it is that they're working on symptom-specific exercises for Parkinson's.
They also have the option of balance partners, as they're called. It's why Rick participates with his wife, Lynn.
The exercise is great, and when we leave here, we feel not only physically but mentally refreshed and strengthened.
Co-founder Lisa Kors says with this fitness program, that's exactly the point.
Our three pieces are exercise, support, and social.
Lisa says often when people are diagnosed with an illness like this one, they become too shy to interact with others. Not so for Joe, however.
You work hard to get the most out of your workouts, and that's what I try to keep a positive attitude about what's going on.
You see, some of the benefit here is simply the power of togetherness.
When she comes, she feels strengthened a lot.
And ask any member here. They know the tough stuff, it's only overcome by strength from within.
Kind of motivating to all of us, isn't it? With your health news, I'm Liz Bonus reporting.
Our time right now is 5:27, still to come.
The Legacy Pancake House is reopening this morning in a new location. A message from the staff is coming up next.
And we are out here at the Dayton Air Show. We are 2 days away from the Blue Angels performing. We'll talk about what weather is required for the Blue Angels to perform and what the weather can do to the pilots up in the plains.
You're watching Your Day.
Your Place, Inside and Out, is sponsored by All Seal Home Improvement.
This week, we're taking it to the exterior of the home and discussing vinyl siding. If you're building a new home or need replacements, you have options to consider with siding. One great option is vinyl siding. To start, there are a lot of colors, styles, and designs that you can choose from to meet your exterior vision. Another great thing, it's incredibly durable. It's built to last. Next, if you're looking for something low maintenance, this may be your best friend. For cleaning, a simple semi-annual or annual washing is all it really needs. And finally, vinyl siding can be cost-effective and save on heating and cooling costs. If you need any help with home improvement, we have friends ready to help.
For more than 40 years, All Seal has installed quality windows, doors, awnings, siding, and patio rooms. Visit one of their showrooms to discover why thousands of customers chose All Seal for the best products at competitive prices.
All Seal Home Improvement, your seal of quality.
In today's tech.
Good morning, I'm Nathan Edwards.
And I'm Alex King. Here are 3 quick stories to get your day started. Kevin Jonas from the Jonas Brothers shared this picture of his 10-year-old daughter dressing up like him for New Jersey Day at her school. That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, and she looks so much like him too.
She really does.
That is amazing.
That's hilarious.
Even got the Canadian tuxedo on.
Only thing she's missing is the glasses.
The hair is just so spot on. I love
hilarious.
this so much. That's so cute. And a bizarre new trend on TikTok has teenage boys chewing facial fitness gum in order to get a more muscular jawline. Well, my secrets have been sealed.
Interesting.
Can't you tell? So muscular, this
So
jawline.
sharp. Look at those sharp jawlines.
No, mine was so unsharp that I grew a beard just to make it look manageable. I'm just saying. Oh, I didn't know I just had to chew gum.
Yeah, apparently.
Does that work?
I
Really?
just got a whole new pack.
That's why yours is so chiseled.
Yeah.
Right? I guess.
Obviously. Starting today on Netflix, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders are coming back to television with the premiere of their new show, America's Sweethearts, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. It comes 3 years after the ending of their wildly popular show, Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, making the team, which ran for 16 seasons.
This should be interesting.
Yeah.
I know cheerleading for some of these teams is very intense business.
Intense, yeah.
So, hey, good for them. I'm sure people will watch, right?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm sure.
It's the Cowboys cheerleaders.
Yeah.
People will watch.
Yeah, people will watch. The U.S. Navy Blue Angels have arrived for the 50th anniversary of the Dayton Air Show.
Yeah, they shared this video to Facebook yesterday. Looks like they're gearing up for a special weekend here in the Miami Valley. Meteorologist Nick Maruziak joins us live in Vandalia now with how the weather could affect this weekend show. Nick?
Well, I was looking at the Blue Angels website, Nathan and Alex, and I wanted to know, okay, what do the Blue Angels require? And on their website itself, they actually give us a good idea. They need 3 nautical miles for any one of their 3 different shows. So they actually have a high show, a low show, and a flat show. So for any of the 3 to actually occur, they need 3 nautical miles, which is the visibility. When we talk about 3 nautical miles, think of like a haze almost becoming a fog. That's about the point where they say, well, we can't do it for safety reasons. Then for the different shows, it requires how high the clouds are. So Les, our photographer, if you can, just kind of pan up a little bit into the clouds themselves. So I want you to imagine the high show requires 10,000 feet. For the low show, I believe the number is 4,500 feet, and then for a flat show, it's 1,000 feet. 1,000 feet, if you can imagine, is pretty much going to be a very low cloud deck. At that point, it's probably either raining or it is cloudy. Something also I thought was fascinating. They fly up to 18 inches, or should I say as close as 18 inches. So you can imagine, Nathan and Alex, as you're in an airplane, you're flying that close, 20, 30-mile-an-hour winds can really affect you in a car. Imagine being in an airplane. That is why these pilots are so highly skilled. Luckily for us, I don't think there's going to be a ton of wind this weekend, but we're going to send things inside to Tim to talk about what to expect for today.
Well, those heat advisories still in place across the Miami Valley. We also have an air quality alert down to our south, the Hamilton, Lebanon, Springboro, Oxford areas with these warm temperatures we typically see in the summertime, these air quality alerts. But the big story is, again, the heat, and that heat advisory is in place until 8 p.m. on Saturday. Now, heading out the door today, another warm one, as Nick was saying, very warm, very humid conditions, temperatures climbing up into the mid-90s. Now, this is saying 92. I'm thinking some areas could get a couple degrees above that, well to around 94, 95. So very hot, very muggy conditions, and very copy and paste compared to the last couple of days where in the afternoon we're looking at mostly sunny conditions, but can't rule out a few isolated pop-up showers or storms. Traffic moving nicely right now. Taking a look at the ODOT cams, you can see at 75 and Wagner Ford Road, things moving smooth, and as well at 75 and Austin Boulevard. Now, no accidents at this time. All interstates are looking clear if you're heading out the door.
This morning, a Dayton staple, the Legacy Pancake House, will reopen its doors in a brand new location.
Back in October, the original spot on Kiwi Street was destroyed by a fire. Melina Brown shows us how the restaurant is starting over again.
It was just 8 months ago when an early morning fire destroyed the Legacy Pancake House, but in less than a year, the family and community came together to give the Legacy Pancake House new life. After taking over the old Holly's home cooking building back in February, since then they've been revitalizing the location and giving it the Legacy Pancake House feel while also keeping some mementos from Holly's. And now the family is finally ready to open the doors. The grand opening is at 7 this morning. And I'm told although it's a new building, it's still the same family, same faces, and same kitchen. They also found a special way to show their strength.
If you notice the new shirts that we'll be wearing, they have a phoenix on the back. It's because we rose out of the ashes from the fire.
Here is a look at those special shirts. If you'd like to see their full hours, you can head to the web version of this story at Dayton247now.com.
Moscow's now threatening retaliation against plans to use Russian assets to help Ukraine. The country's foreign minister claims there's significant amounts of Western assets and property on Russian territory that could be targeted in response. This comes after last week, G7 leaders agreed to a $50 billion loan for Ukraine. It's backed by the interest generated from frozen Russian assets, which, according to G7, totals more than $300 billion. Russian President Vladimir Putin labeled the move as theft and said it would not go unpunished.
Supreme Court justices are due to go on summer recess in just days and not return until October. In the meantime, the White House is bracing for a U.S. Supreme Court ruling on another historic case on abortion. This one focuses on whether federal law to provide emergency care can override state abortion bans. The Biden administration sued the state of Idaho, which allows exceptions to its abortion ban when the mother's life is at risk. The administration argued that federal law requires the state to allow an abortion if it's needed to stabilize a patient, even when the mother's condition isn't yet life-threatening. Idaho argued the Biden administration is trying to reprofit the federal law to create a nationwide abortion mandate in hospital emergency rooms. Now, the High Court's decision could yield the most significant ruling on abortion since the Roe reversal 2 years ago.
Families of some of the people who died in the two deadly Boeing 737 MAX crashes want Boeing to pay a massive fine. A lawyer representing the families asked the Justice Department yesterday to fine Boeing just under $25 billion for the crashes. The lawyer is also calling for the DOJ to prosecute the people who were in charge of Boeing. When the crashes occurred, a total of 346 people died in 2018. Lion Air in 2019, Ethiopian Airlines crash involving Boeing 737 MAX jets.
The House Ethics Committee says there are more allegations against Representative Matt Gaetz. He's the Florida lawmaker who's accused of sexual misconduct, drug use, and accepting improper gifts. The committee opened an investigation in April 2021. House ethics members say some allegations needed more review and note they've found more allegations in the process. They did not elaborate on those findings. The committee is not taking any action on allegations of sharing inappropriate images from the House floor and using campaign funds for personal use.
Our Day of Giving is still going on, so here's one QR code for you one more time to help you feed kids in our area and allow them to thrive. Again, many kids rely on schools for their meals, so the summertime is challenging and increases food insecurity. To help fill the gap, Dayton 24/7 Now is partnering with Feeding America for Sinclair Care's Summer Hunger Relief. Scan this QR code to help provide meals for children and families right here in the Miami Valley.
Our time right now is 5:40. Don't forget you can get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of the screen.
And your weather on the side of your screen all morning long, even during commercials.
The first named storm of the Atlantic season has formed over the Gulf of Mexico. Coming up, the life-threatening conditions we expect.
You're watching Your Day.
Play free game.
Weekdays at 10 a.m. on ABC 22.
All right, starting things off with a look at the dew points out there. You can see again, very, very warm dew points for this early in the morning. 70 degrees in Dayton, Xenia, Springboro, 75 down towards Middletown and Lebanon. Now up north. Springfield, Troy areas right around 71, 72 degrees and 73 as you head out towards Bellefontaine. So what can we expect the next couple of days when it comes to dew points? And not looking like much relief until we get to about Sunday or Monday. You can see Friday and Saturday pushing right around 70-degree dew points. So we're going to continue to see that really muggy, moist air in the region. And then Sunday we'll have a cold front move through the area, bring us a chance for a couple showers, maybe a couple thunderstorms as well in the afternoon. And that'll help bring that humidity down just a little bit. But you can still see on the border of being a little bit more humid. Now, despite the humidity, the pollen is still getting some of us. I know I have some pretty bad allergies myself. Grass is still pretty high out there. Expect weeds to be moderate over the next several days as well, with tree pollen low.
The wildfires burning through New Mexico have now claimed a second life. State police say officers found the skeletal remains of a victim in the driver's seat of a burnt vehicle Tuesday. In the meantime, we're learning more about the first victim, 60-year-old Patrick Pearson. His body was found badly burned near an inn in Reducio. Parson's daughter and son say they last heard from him Monday afternoon.
He had a ride coming for him at the time. Unfortunately, that ride was turned away from responders close to the scene, saying that he can't go up there, it's getting too bad.
There was no way for him to know that that ride wasn't going to make it. The wildfire is just so traumatic and devastating, and I just can't imagine like what he went through.
As of last night, both wildfires in Reducio are at 0% contained. Rain in the area is helping, but it's also adding the risk of high winds and flash flooding.
The first named tropical storm of the Atlantic season is formed over the Gulf of Mexico. Tropical storm Alberto has already drenched parts of Mexico and Central America. Here you can see what looks like coastal southeastern Texas. Forecasters predict heavy rains, coastal flooding, and gusty winds for these areas, and they warn of life-threatening flooding and mudslides in high terrain areas of Mexico.
Companies have the chance to get 5 times the available tax credit for certain green energy jobs. The Treasury Department finalized rules for an Inflation Reduction Act measure. To qualify, employers taking part in IRA renewable energy projects have to pay their workers the prevailing wage. The Labor Department says it will make sure the tax breaks are being put to good use, actually benefiting workers and communities. Now, some Republican lawmakers have criticized the prevailing wage and registered apprenticeship program, saying it would be unfair to small businesses.
Our time right now is 5:46. You're watching Your Day.
Hey, Homer.
Practice lawyers at Elk & Elk. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO.
The Dayton 24/7 Now News app, brought to you by the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
All right, good morning. Welcome to the Dayton Air Show. Of course, we are out here. The hubbub behind us is starting to get going as some of our interviews that are going to be on later on this morning have arrived. But I wanted to talk about temperature, and particularly albedo. And what that is the difference between black, white, green. What that means is these different colors absorb heat at different rates. So for instance, blacktop, it's black. It gets really hot. In summertime, you touch it, you go, ow. I brought out this digital thermometer. Now, this is something I've actually used at my house before. And you can see already we're at 85, 86 degrees. The sun hasn't even come up yet. But once the sun does come up, it really starts to get high in the sky. The difference between the blacktop temperature and the actual air temperature is going to be upwards of 20, 30, maybe even close to 50 degrees different. So keep in mind, with everybody being out on the blacktop itself, as opposed to the grassy areas, or perhaps maybe, let's say, a white area, gymnasium floor, if you will, it is likely to be significantly hotter here at the air show, especially locally, compared to the area around it. So you're definitely going to need to stay hydrated outside. And again, there's going to be some areas that are going to be quite hot to the touch out here at the air show.
The demand for a mortgage saw modest growth as interest rates dipped in recent weeks. According to the CNBC, the volume of mortgage applications rose 0.9% last week when compared to the previous week. Now, total mortgage applications were reportedly 12% lower than the same week last year. The average 30-year mortgage rate was 6.95% last week. That's according to Freddie Mac. That's slightly lower than a few weeks ago, but it's up from 6.69% from roughly a year ago.
More than 3,000 nurses returned to the picket lines in Oregon yesterday for day 2 of their statewide strike. They're demanding better wages and staffing levels at 6 medical centers owned by the Providence hospital systems. Organizers are calling it the largest nurses strike in state history and says it's the culmination of failed contract negotiations that have been ongoing since December. The strike is scheduled to end today, but Providence says nurses will have to wait for their fill-ins to finish their contracts before they can return, which is expected to last until Sunday.
Our time right now, 5:51. The most decorated player in the PGA Tour now has access for life, even though he doesn't always qualify for the tournament. The special exemption created just for him.
You're watching Your Day.
ABC 20. Only on Dayton 24/7 now on ABC 22.
All right, now taking a look at the forecast again for today. Temperatures climbing up into the mid-90s, right around 95 for the Dayton area. Thunderstorms possible in the afternoon, very similar to the past couple of days with this heat and humidity. We'll see those bubbling clouds throughout the afternoon. And tonight, another warm one. Temperatures only dropping down into the mid-70s, right around 74. Muggy conditions, clearing skies, and winds really not helping. Again, very light winds out of the south. Now, heading into tomorrow, temperatures again back into the mid-90s. A very, very warm one. Mostly sunny conditions, and same scenario for every single day here. Pop-up showers or storms possible in the afternoon, but very isolated in nature. Your neighbor might get some rain, but you will stay dry, and light and variable winds. Now, here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Saturday looking very, very warm. Temperatures climbing into the upper 90s with humidity and plenty of sunshine that day as well. It is going to be pretty rough out there, so make sure you have your sunscreen, stay hydrated, try to stay in some shaded areas if you're outdoors, maybe at the air show. Now, Sunday, we do have a front pushing through, so we'll have a chance for some afternoon showers and storms to move through the region. And temperatures still staying warm, though, topping out in the low 90s and humid conditions. But things, quote unquote, cool down a little bit as we head into Monday with those mostly sunny conditions. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s and temperatures falling into the 70s that evening, upper 60s to low 70s. As we head towards your Tuesday, we go back up into the 90s with mostly sunny conditions. Traffic looking good out there right now. Sorry, I was about to sneeze. It looks like our cams aren't working, but on our map, we're not seeing any issues on the highways, no accidents at this time. 70 and 75 are both looking pretty good, as well as 675, 35, and 4.
There's a new law in New York today that requires paid breaks for breastfeeding employees. The new rules take effect immediately and require half-hour paid breaks for mothers to pump breast milk. This is in addition to other breaks and applies to both public and private workers. The new law makes New York the third state in the nation to guarantee pay for such breaks, following Indiana and Minnesota. Federal law only gives women the right to take a break to pump milk, as well as a private place to do so.
Tiger Woods has earned access to the PGA Tour for life. The tour announced the special sponsor exemption based on his exceptional lifetime achievement. Woods is an 82-time winner on the PGA Tour, but since he was seriously injured in 2021 car crash, he isn't playing enough nowadays to qualify for the signature events. This exemption will get him into those 8 tournaments with $20 million purses and a chance to gain FedEx Cup points. The 48-year-old has won 15 majors.
It's been feeling like summer already, especially with the recent heat wave in parts of the United States and Canada. So it may surprise you to realize today is the first official day of summer. The summer solstice marks the longest day of sunlight. This year's solstice is 4:50 p.m. according to the U.S. Naval Observatory. It's the moment the sun reaches its highest point in the sky in the entire year. This is the earliest solstice since 1796, back when George Washington was U.S. president. Most years, the solstice happens on June 21st. Summer is here earlier than usual because 2024 is a leap year, when solstices happen about 18 hours earlier than the previous year. Make sure to enjoy this long day of sunshine. After the solstice, our days will slowly get shorter.
Yeah, first day of summer, yet it's feeling like the dog days of summer.
Yeah.
You want to know, are we guessing how long? Did I already say it?
What?
How long the day is? Because I literally just...
Is it the longest day?
I don't think
it's the longest day of the year. So what do you think? Hours, minutes, and seconds?
I don't know. Tell me.
14 hours, 59 minutes, and 21 seconds.
Of sunlight.
Wow.
Of sunlight today.
Well, we still have much more coming up on your day at 6.
The Legacy Pancake House is reopening this morning in a new location. A message from the staff is coming up next.
And there may be 14 hours today, but there are 51 hours to the air show. We're out here talking about how it all comes together and the weather for the air show itself, both Saturday and Sunday.
You're watching Your Day.
First on scene.
$323 a month at Jeff Schmidt Mazda in Beaver Creek.
Good morning, I'm Nathan Edwards.
And I'm Alex King. Here's 3 quick stories to get your day started. Dave Chappelle and friends are returning to the cornfields of Yellow Springs. Tickets go on sale tomorrow, and the shows are July 3rd to the 6th.
You know, and I think there's always intrigue about the and friends part of this.
Yeah.
Because you never know who he's going to bring out.
Yeah, he knows so many people. He's been in the business for so long. So.
You know, on the cornfield concerts, he had like Chris Rock show up.
That's so cool.
John Hamm was in the audience.
Ugh.
They FaceTimed in Kevin Hart.
Why can't we be friends with Dave Chappelle so he can just invite us out and we can be a part of the and friends?
We're not cool enough, Alex. We're boring. Sorry.
Speak for yourself.
On your mark, get set, crawl. Now's your chance to register your crawling baby for the DLM Diaper Derby on July 13th. The winner takes home a prize and the title of Diaper Derby Champion.
Wow, what an accomplishment.
And the kids aren't even going to remember it.
How do you think you would do?
Me?
Yeah, the diaper crawl, the diaper derby.
That is a weird sight to even think about, Alex. Don't know why you'd put that out there in the universe.
I'm just saying, if you had to crawl.
If I had to crawl?
You and Nick in a competition, who you think
Here's what I'll say. I do crawl when I'm looking for the TV controller, trying to find the dang thing, or my keys when the kids hide those as well. So I think I do pretty good.
Yeah, then there you go.
Not gonna lie.
It's like nice little.
I just would not be in a diaper.
Practice.
Okay.
That's okay.
That is the
I think we'd appreciate that. Registration is still open for Jam Foodie Tours in Dayton. The locally run walking tours take you to various downtown restaurants for samples of food and drinks. And tours are planned for select Fridays and Saturdays in June and July.
Yeah, you love this so much. Great restaurants, new ones too.
Yeah.
So
this is
a
really cool idea if there's been places you've been wanting to check out.
Yeah, get out and explore it.
Yeah. The 50th anniversary of the Dayton Air Show is just days away now, and it's expected to be a hot one.
And it has been hot all week long. Meteorologist Nick Brusiak joins us live now. And Nick, you got some tips to stay safe during the scene.
Yeah, Nathan and Alex, I can tell you this much. It is, 6 o'clock in the morning here, and already it is very much so on the warm side. Temperatures just never cooled off, but I'll save the forecasting for Tim. I want to point out that out here at the there's also a lot of grassy areas. It's just one of the ways that you can stay safe. Obviously, drink plenty of liquids. They are going to have some buses out here and some other things that you can stay safe at this. We'll get more information from some of the people from the air show itself. In fact, in just about 5 minutes or so, they're going to open up the gates and we're going to be able to go inside. Perhaps check out the C-17 that's behind me, or maybe some of the other planes as well. So we've got a show chock full of fun. But the main message about this weekend is it's going to be hot and it is going to be humid. Basically, it's going to be what we've seen, and as Tim will tell you, what we're going to see yet again for today.
All right, now those heat advisories remain in place for the Miami Valley. All those shaded in the orange color that you see here. Now, air quality alert is in place as well down to our south. So Lebanon, Springboro, Hamilton, Oxford, and on that till Friday at 4:30 in the morning. We typically see these in the summertime when it gets really hot out there and we get that stagnant air. Now, current temperatures warm, 77 degrees in Dayton right now, 72 up towards Troy, 73 out towards Springfield, and 75 as you head down towards Lebanon. And with these warmer temperatures this early in the morning, on top of these dew points that we're seeing in the 70s, it is not feeling the greatest out there. Very muggy, humid conditions. Bell Fountain's dew points right now, 73 degrees, 75 down in Lebanon, and Springboro and Dayton right around 70. Traffic looking good right now. We don't have any accidents at this time. 75, 70, and 675 all clear, and as 35 and 4 are as well. If you're heading out the door, you should be good to go.
Many communities across the Miami Valley are opening cooling centers to help people get out of the intense heat. And here's some of the places you can go around the area. In Montgomery County, all of Dayton's recreation centers will be open. You can go to the Greater Dayton location off of West 3rd Street, Luray on Glen Arm Avenue, or Northwest on Princeton Drive. In Clark County, the Salvation Army off of South Plum Street will be open today. You can also go to the new Carlisle Library that is located off of East Lake Avenue. There's tons of other options. We have a full list of those cooling centers in the area. Just go to our website, Dayton247now.com. This morning, a Dayton staple, the Legacy Pancake House, will reopen its doors in a brand new location.
Back in October, the original spot on Kiwi Street was devastated by a fire. Melina Brown joins us now with how the restaurant is starting over again. Melina.
It was just 8 months ago when I reported on the fire that destroyed the Legacy Pancake House. But this morning, I have good news. The community rallied behind the owners, and now they're opening back up. The Legacy Pancake House is holding its grand opening this morning at 7 a.m., but they held a soft opening yesterday for folks to come and get a glimpse of the new location. They now have moved into the building of Holly's Home Cooking, which closed its door back in February after 31 years. You can find them at 489 East Dixie Drive in West Carrollton, and I'm told this reopening feels like a huge reunion.
We actually are really excited to have our old customers coming back, excited to have some new customers coming back, but it's like our family coming back together again, family reunion.
Michelle Campos, who's worked with the Legacy Pancake House for years, just wants everyone to give them a try. She said it's a new location, but the same faces, family, and kitchen. Again, the grand opening is just in an hour at 7 a.m. this morning. You can find their full hours on their new Facebook page, but stay tuned because coming up in 30 minutes, I'll share how they're using the fire to symbolize new growth.
A person was reportedly struck by a roller coaster at Kings Island last night. That's according to the amusement park. The guest entered a restricted fenced area of the Banshee roller coaster when he was believed to have been struck by the ride. The park's safety and first aid personnel immediately responded and contacted local EMS. The guest was taken to University of Cincinnati Medical Center. The Banshee will stay closed while local authorities and park personnel investigate what happened. Kings Island saying in part, quote, Kings Island's focus continues to be on the welfare of the guest and his family.
An update now to that shooting we brought you as breaking news yesterday. This Riverside woman is waking up behind bars this morning. 37-year-old Nicole Lee Hill was arrested and faces charges of aggravated assault. Now, she is accused of shooting a man just before 4:30 yesterday on Old Troy Pike. Police say he was shot in the neck. We know he is unable to speak at this time, but is in stable condition. We're still working to learn if the suspect and victim had any kind of relationship. Police are investigating what led up to the shooting.
Our time right now, 6:07. Don't forget you can get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
And your weather on the side of your screen all morning long, even during commercials.
You're watching Your Day.
tonight at 7 and 7:30 on ABC 22.
Kettering celebrated Juneteenth yesterday. This is the third year the city has put on a Juneteenth event for the community.
Jenny Bork was there and explains more about the holiday.
Many people think when President Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 that slavery was over. But June 19th, 1865 marks a significant day that Kettering's Community Development Manager explains why.
One of the reasons that this date is so significant is because unlike today's age, when you can find out any news in seconds, it took 2 years plus for this last group of enslaved individuals to learn that they were free.
Kettering celebrated African American culture with live music. A reggae band and Christian hip hop group performed, getting the crowd on their feet dancing. Vendors and food trucks were there for people to enjoy. Many of them were Black owned. This is the second year that the event has been held at the Phrase. I was told that it's grown every year and the city hopes that continues. Back to you.
The DOJ will take over a complaint against TikTok and its parent company ByteDance. The FTC started off with the case, reviewing a 2019 settlement with TikTok's predecessor for violating the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. The FTC says they handed the complaint over to the DOJ because the investigation showed the company either could be or is about to break the law. The TikTok spokesperson says the company disagrees with the allegations. The FTC has worked to address some of the issues.
As the Pentagon faces military recruitment challenges, Congress is considering legislation that would change the selective services system. One proposal would automatically register men for the draft when they turn 18. The House passed the changes, but the Senate Armed Services Committee has yet to consider the measure. The other proposal would require women to register for the draft. That measure passed the Senate Armed Service Committee, but has not made it to the full Senate or House. The top Republican on the Senate Armed Services Committee says he strongly opposes the changes, considering it is likely that the draft would be reinstated anytime soon. The U.S. military has not activated a draft in more than 50 years.
Our time right now is 6:12. Companies in Silicon Valley stepping up their staff screenings. The concerns coming from China next.
You're watching Your Day.
Take Dayton.
room.
On Dayton 24/7 now.
Here's a live look over Dayton this morning. The sun is slowly coming up. It looks nice and calm and peaceful out there this morning, but it's hot.
Yeah, it is hot, and the weather is getting warmer and warmer. People are looking to get outside.
Tage joins us now with a look at what's up next at the Phrase.
We are continuing our series known as Up Next at the Phrase, which is sponsored by the Phrase Pavilion. This is all about highlighting upcoming events and concerts coming to the Phrase in Kettering. First up for today's list, get ready for a legendary night of all your favorite Kiss classics with a group known as Mr. Speed. They are crowned the best Kiss tribute band in the world. They'll be performing at the Phrase on June 22nd starting at 8 p.m. Tickets are $20 for general admission. They are a little bit cheaper, $15 a pop if you buy 4 or more general admission tickets. You can visit thephrase.com for more information. Up next is an Austrian festival coming to the Phrase on June 26th at 5:30 p.m. It's in honor of Kettering's sister city, Steyr, Austria. So strap on your lederhosen and join the fun. The event is free to the public. Visit thephrase.com for more information. On June 28th, Boney James and Angie Stone take the stage at the Phrase with special guest Anisha Strings starting at 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale now with varying prices. You can get those tickets online. And the last one we want to tell you about, the Beach Boys will bring their endless summer tour to the Phrase on July 1st at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are on sale, $40 for lawn and terrace. General admission, of course, visit thephrase.com for more information and for ticket prices. That concludes this week's segment. We'll have more for you next week.
Silicon Valley companies are stepping up their security screenings as staff over concerns China could use potential new hires to steal company data. That's according to the Financial Times, citing U.S. officials who say Google and high-profile startups like OpenAI are going that route. The effort comes as U.S. officials warn of threats from Chinese espionage over the past 2 years. Earlier this year, FBI Director Christopher Wray went even further.
It's using that mass, those numbers, to give itself the ability to physically wreak havoc on our critical infrastructure at a time of its choosing. The PRC has made it clear that it considers every sector that makes our society run fair game.
In March, prosecutors charged a former software engineer at Google with allegedly taking AI trade secrets while working with companies based in China. Some firms are creating strategies to help the vetting process.
All right, now another live shot of that Eagle Plumber Skycam showing those cloudy conditions to start this morning, but that is not helping anyway with the temperatures. It's still very warm for this time of morning in the 70s. Right now we're looking at temperatures right around 77, so already starting to creep back up now. We only dropped down to around 74 last night. So 77 degrees feels like temperature. It says 77, but you ask me, it feels a little bit warmer out there, especially with those dew points hanging around right 72 right now. So south-southwest winds around 6 miles per hour, really not helping cool us down either. But live shot of our satellite and radar showing this is just some interference. There's actually no rain off to our south right there, but area staying nice and clear, and through Futurecast you can kind of see much of the same. Cloudy conditions will give way to mostly sunny skies throughout the afternoon, but similar to the past couple of days, today and tomorrow we will see that chance for those pop-up showers throughout the afternoon. So that's what you're kind of seeing right here on the Futurecast. But generally speaking, mostly sunny, very isolated in nature. Now as we head into your Friday morning, partly cloudy, mostly sunny skies, and then going through the afternoon, like I said, another chance for those pop-up showers and storms, but most of us look to stay dry. And heading towards Saturday, nice, mostly sunny conditions. Saturday is the day where we'll see the highest temperatures as well, so be sure to wear the sunscreen and drink plenty of water when you're heading out this weekend. Traffic, not too bad right now. We do have a, looks like a structure fire popped up on our map here. State Route 235 and Xenia Drive at Yellow Springs Fairfield Road. Other than that, no accidents or construction of any kind to slow you down this morning.
Our time right now is 6:20. You're watching Your Day.
Sponsored by the
Video sponsored by Watson's, only on Dayton 24/7 now.
All right, well, we are out here. Now we have moved inside where their air show is actually going to be. And let me give you an idea where I'm at. This is a wheel. Now, I'm not a particularly tall gentleman, as people who have actually seen me in real life can attest to, but this is the wheel of a C-17. We are actually under the wing itself, and you can see the engine over here to my left. So this is just one of the static displays that are out here. And it's also, believe it or not, a way to stay cool. Why? Because imagine you're sitting under the air show, the sun's beating down. Well, you come under here, and I can tell you this much. With the little bit of a breeze that's coming through here, it's actually quite nice. Now, obviously, 90s compared to, let's say, around 80 right now makes a big difference. But still, this is one of the little small tricks that you can use to stay a little bit safer outside. You also, they have water stations for you as well. So there are multiple ways for you to not only stay safe, but stay hydrated out here at the air show. And if you ask me, well, one of the better ones is staying under the wing, because this is a pretty cool view, not only of the airplane, but also of some of the other displays around the area.
All right, traffic looking good right now. Oh, we got some ODOT cams back up. Things looking nice at Wagner Ford Road and 75, as well as 675 and Dayton Xenia Road. We do have a structure fire at State Route 235, Xenia Drive and Yellow Springs Fairfield Road. Other than that, the highway's looking good if you're heading out the door.
The wildfires burning through New Mexico have now claimed a second life. State police say officers found the skeletal remains of a victim in the driver's seat of a burnt vehicle Tuesday. In the meantime, we're learning more about the first victim, 60-year-old Patrick Parson. His body was found badly burned near an inn in Ruidoso. Parson's daughter and son say they last heard from him Monday afternoon.
He had a ride coming for him at the time. Unfortunately, that ride was turned away from responders close to the scene, saying that he can't go up there, it's getting too bad.
There was no way for him to know that that ride wasn't going to make it. The wildfire is just so traumatic and devastating, and I just can't imagine like what he went through.
As of last night, both wildfires in Ruidoso are at 0% contained. Rain in the area is helping, but it's also adding the risk of high winds and flash flooding.
It's getting really hot outside, and you want to make sure you're protecting your phone. Leaving your phone in direct sunlight or in your car can cause it to overheat. So here's some tips to keep it cool and working during a heat wave. Many smartphones like iPhones and Androids will tell you when they're too hot to stay on. If that happens, move your phone to a cooler environment in the shade and remove your phone case, as that can trap heat. You can also wrap a freezer pack or bag of frozen vegetables in a dish towel and set your phone on top of that. Experts advise you not put your phone in the fridge.
Companies have the chance to get 5 times the available tax credit for certain green energy jobs. Bless you. The Treasury Department finalized rules for an Inflation Reduction Act measure. To qualify, employers taking part in IRA renewable energy projects have to make their workers the prevailing wage. The Labor Department says it will make sure the tax breaks are being put to good use, actually benefiting workers and communities. Now, some Republican lawmakers have criticized the prevailing wage in registered apprenticeship programs, saying it would be unfair to small businesses. Our time right now is 6:26, still to come.
The Legacy Pancake House is reopening this morning in a new location. A message from the staff is next.
And we are talking all things air show, including how they get the planes and the weather for the air show itself. It promises to be hot and humid, but it's cool underneath the wings, literally and figuratively.
But first, here's Janet Gorder with America's Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
I am so excited to tell you about this product. I love it after wearing high heels all day or a heavy workout at the gym. Foottopia. This combines pushing, kneading, shiatsu, pressing, rubbing techniques that feel so good. It also has heat therapy that helps to loosen your muscles, and it also feels cozy as we get into these colder months of the year. And it can also be used on your calves as well, which is great because I get I get cramps in my calves. I also love it's light and it's portable. You just simply plug it in and you're good to go anywhere, vacation, the office. It's also great for everybody. It's a great gift, whether you're an athlete or you're having a physically demanding day at work, or you just want to, like me, relax after a stressful day and just sit in front of the TV. I like that it's really good for anybody. It's good for young people. It's good for older people. And also, I have cold feet. So this warms my feet and massages my feet at the same time, which is actually something I've never found in a product like this. And right now, we're offering 40% off. Get that. That's a big deal on Footopia. All you have to do is head to asadeals.com for this amazing, look at this, relaxing, exclusive offer.
Here's what I know.
Choice is yours. Toyota, let's go places.
Good morning, I'm Nathan Edwards.
And I'm Alex King. Here are 3 quick stories to get your day started. Kevin Jonas from the Jonas Brothers shared this picture of his 10-year-old daughter dressing up like him for New Jersey Day at her school.
She looks like a Jonas for sure.
That's amazing. Yeah, he looks so much, she looks so much like him.
Yeah, the hair is like so spot on. It's funny that this is like New Jersey Day, you know, the Canadian tuxedo.
That's so fun.
I love it.
What a fun theme.
This is such a cute picture.
It is so cute.
And a bizarre new trend on TikTok, Alex, has teenage boys chewing facial fitness gum in order to get a more masculine jawline.
Interesting.
This is dumb. Just embrace what you look like. Get over it, okay?
I sometimes get a little nervous about future double chin, but...
I just grew a beard to cover mine. You can do the same if you get one.
Let me get right on that.
You know, this has done wonders. I was looking up old clips from previous air shows.
Yeah.
And God, why did I never not have a beard? It is scarring.
It's a great question.
It is scarring.
You're never going back.
No.
Starting today on Netflix, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders are coming back to television with the premiere of their new show, America's Sweethearts. the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. It comes 3 years after the ending of their wildly popular show, Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders, making the team, which ran for 16 seasons.
You know, cheerleading is a sport. This is, you know, female empowering at its finest, and I love that they're making this show.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's great.
I agree.
It should be fun.
It should be a good time.
I mean, they're more successful than the actual Cowboys, so congrats.
They're killing it, yeah. The U.S. Navy Blue Angels have arrived for the 50th anniversary of the Dayton Air Show.
Oh, yes. Get excited. They shared this video. Well, it's paused right now. They shared this video up on their Facebook and Instagram. There you see them flying in formation there. Meteorologist Nick Maruziak joins us live. He has moved into the grounds at the Air Show. And, Nick, you have a guest there to talk to.
Yeah, Nathan and Alex, Scott Buchanan joining us, the chairman of the board here. And you were just telling me we have, what is it, 2.5 times the amount of planes coming in that you had last year?
We have one of the largest static displays we've ever had in the history of the show coming out this year. So we're really excited for everybody to come out and be able to see things that we don't usually have. So this tarmac will be full by end of day Friday.
And you think about it, we are right now under a C-17, which is a giant plane. You can see how big this thing is, and that's important for the crowds. It's one of the ways that you guys have to beat the heat outside.
Right, it is, absolutely. We'll have, we're talking about the heat, we'll have watering stations, we'll have some buses out here in places for folks to go to cool off. We'll also have areas of shade. We have lots of large aircraft like this aircraft we're standing under that create shade, so everybody come out and have a good time, but be prepared. Hydrate the day before, bring some sunscreen, freeze your water bottles for your ice.
I was going to say, that's one of the tips that you don't think about is you freeze your water bottles, you chuck them in a bag, or you have an insulated growler. I think that other people have been telling me, hey, these are just the tips that we want to give you as well.
Right, absolutely. We want everybody to come out and enjoy the day. It's going to be hot, but we're going to have a great day of flying and a great day of plenty of static displays and activities on the ground for everybody to take part in.
Now, of course, they have plenty of static displays. We're on the C-17. Behind us, the P-51 Mustang, which, if you know anything about me, I absolutely love, and I can't wait to see that in action. And we'll actually talk to some of the pilots as well coming up here in the next half hour. But first, let's send things over to Tim with a look at your forecast.
All right, now hot conditions out there will continue today as we continue to see the heat advisory in place. Now that is everything you see shaded in orange. Now down to our south, Lebanon, Hamilton areas, you're also under a heat advisory, but you have an air quality alert as well. So that's just kind of over that top layer there. So Friday at 4:30 a.m. is when the air quality advisory will expire. And for the rest of the Miami Valley, this heat advisory will expire Saturday morning, or excuse me, Saturday afternoon at 8 p.m. as we are expecting this really high heat to last well into the weekend. Now, here's a look at the forecast for out the door today. Temperatures making it up into the 90s. A few locations could get above that 92, making it to about 94 or so. With those hot and muggy conditions, we will see that chance for some of those pop-up isolated showers and storms in the afternoon. Traffic looking good right now. We do have a nothing backing up any traffic right now, but we have a structure fire at State Route 235, Xenia Drive, Yellow Springs, Fairfield Road. Other than that, if you're heading out the door right now, there's no construction or accidents to impede your morning commute.
This morning, a Dayton staple, the Legacy Pancake House, will reopen its doors in a brand new location.
Back in October, the original spot on Kiowee Street was devastated by fire. Melina Brown joins us now to show us how the restaurant is starting over again.
The Legacy Pancake House was destroyed about 8 months ago, but they are rebuilding now. The new location opens up at 7 a.m. this morning. They opened a soft launch yesterday where they allowed people to come in, and they also showed how they're revitalizing the building. I am told by staff members that they used a unique way to show how they're rebuilding.
If you notice the new shirts that we'll be wearing, they have a phoenix on the back. It's because we rose out of the ashes from the fire.
Michelle Campos, who worked with the Legacy Pancake House for years, just wants everyone to give them a try. She said it's still the same location, or new location, but the same faces, family, and kitchen. I am going to be heading out to that grand opening just here in a little bit. Stay tuned. We're going to have more from out there. And if you're wanting to see their full list of hours, you can head to our website, Dayton247now.com.
Moscow is now threatening retaliation against plans to use Russian assets to help Ukraine. The country's foreign ministry claims there's significant amounts of Western assets and property on Russian territory that could be targeted in response. This comes after last week G7 leaders agreed to a $50 billion loan for Ukraine. Now it's backed by the interest generated from frozen Russian assets, which according to G7 totals more than $300 billion. Russian President Vladimir Putin labeled the move as theft and said it would not go unpunished. Our day of giving is still going on, so here's the QR code one more time for you to help kids, feed kids in our area and allow them to thrive. Again, many of the kids rely on schools for their meals, so the summertime is challenging and increases food insecurity. To help fill the gap, Dayton 24/7 Now is partnered with Feeding America for Sinclair Care's Summer Hunger Relief. Scan the QR code to help provide meals for children and their families right here in the Miami Valley.
Our time right now is 6:38. Don't forget you can get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of the screen.
And your weather on the side of your screen all morning long, even during commercials.
Today in Grab Me Hope, we introduce you to a 9-year-old who loves to play house and ride his bike. Just said why Leon wants to be a mathematician and what he's looking for in a family.
You're watching Your Day.
Arby's.
Interest-free financing for 36 months.
The Dayton 24/7 Now News app, brought to you by the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
Alberto turned the drive between Corpus Christi and San Antonio into a wet, windy, and blurry one at times late Wednesday morning. Inside the city, the afternoon commute was soggy, too. Thunderstorms moved through southern and central Maine Wednesday, this tree splintered by lightning. Elsewhere, some stunning waterfall views of Utah's Alpine Loop, located outside Provo.
For more content like this, like the National Weather Desk on Facebook.
Here we go.
Meteorologist Nick Maruziak, we are out here. Right behind me is a P-51 Mustang, one of the most important World War II planes. Wanted to show you something, though, and we showed you this the last hour. At the last hour, I took an infrared thermometer, and I measured the ground. I'm just measuring right here, and I'm showing 102. Over here is 100 degrees. Over here, 103. So these are the areas of the pavement. Now, I'll point out something. The sun hasn't even hit the horizon yet, and with Saturday expected to be a hot, sunny day, there's going to be a big difference between the pavement temperature, the grass temperature, and the air temperature, perhaps as much as 30, 50 degrees on each. That's one of the reasons why shade is going to be so important to be out here at the air show. Obviously, I do have the big static displays that you can sit under, and I should note that's a KC-10, not a C-130, not a C-17. I made that mistake, and Scott, our last guest, was nice enough not to call me out on my lack of military knowledge. But I'll point out that, again, when you're out in the tarmac, it's going to be so much hotter, especially as that sun hits the horizon. So what I would say is find a shady spot. There's going to be plenty out here.
At any given time, there are more than 600 children in foster care here in Montgomery County. The goal was always to reunite those children with their families. But the sad truth is some of those kids can never go back home, and now they're up for adoption.
Dayton 24/7 Now's teamed up with Grant May Hope to help. And this morning, we want to introduce you to Leon, who's right now looking for a family.
My name is Leon. I am 9 years old. I like gym class, and I like math and science too. I do like to do art. In art class, I like to paint with my hands. As you can see right here, my hands already have paint on them. My favorite class is science class. I like to play house, I like to ride my bicycle, and I like to play with cars. My favorite superhero is Batman. My favorite color is blue. My favorite food is tacos. And I'm a happy boy in general. I like to see the black and white rocket ships that are out there. I also build planes with my Legos. My favorite time of the year is springtime because my favorite holiday is St. Patrick's Day. I really like the rainbow. When I grow up, I would like to become really smart in mathematics. One thing I am proud of is my schoolwork. I prefer going to school with deaf kids that are like me. I am most happy when I'm either in school doing math or in general in very calm situations. I would love it if my parents would learn or know sign language to communicate with me. If I could pick anyone to live with, it would be both of my sisters and myself. I am very happy about a loving family adopting me.
You can find out more about Leon and other children who are up for adoption right now on Dayton247now.com. Just click the Grant Me Hope tab under your day.
Every week, we're going to feature another child in our Dayton 24/7 Now's Grant May Hope profiles.
He was just precious.
So cute.
Our time right now is 6:46. You're watching Your Day.
Good
Share at Brown. Keep fighting to protect our border.
All right, now look at that live forecast, or excuse me, hourly forecast for the next couple of hours. You can see temperatures in the 70s, mid to upper 70s, warming up nicely though throughout the afternoon, easily into the 90s. Now, cloud cover keeping some of us in the low 90s. A few of us though, get a little bit more sunshine, could definitely creep up into the mid to upper 90s. So another really hot, muggy day on tap for us, and that will carry over into our Friday and Saturday as well. Partly cloudy Friday. Those chances for some afternoon pop-up showers or storms are going to be there for today and tomorrow as well. Things clear out nicely Saturday, mostly sunny conditions, very, very warm temperatures in the upper 90s, hot, humid conditions, so make sure you grab the sunscreen when you're heading out the door. Traffic looking good as well at this time. No big accidents or construction. So if you're heading out the door to head to work, you should be good to go.
Yeah, it's been a hot one and continues to be a hot one. I mean, is there any cool down on the horizon?
There's a cold front coming through on Sunday that cools things down Monday, but I mean, it's summertime. It's still upper 80s. So.
Yeah, get used to it.
Yeah. It feels
it's
hotter
here.
though than normal this time of year.
It is. We are near record temperatures, and we haven't. Last year we only hit 93, so or 90. It was 92 or 93 degrees. So
it's amazing.
It did not get this warm. Now late next week, this is long range, so you can't. You really got to take it with a grain of salt. But long range models are showing a little bit of a cool down late next week, but until we get closer to that, I'm not gonna put my money on it.
Alex, you say you love this so much. Are you outside hanging out the whole time?
I'm gonna be getting in my pool probably tomorrow.
Lucky duck. With the frogs, right?
No, they're gone. They're gone.
They're resting in peace. Our time right now is 6:52. You're watching Your Day.
Sponsored by